Hey everyone, I'm Kyle. Something I really enjoy doing is baking, so I thought, why not share it with you? Now, I'm not an expert baker, but if I can bake, so can you. So today we'll be making an apple cider donut cake, and I'll be walking you through all the ingredients and utensils that you'll need to do the baking. So let's get to it. Alright, so the ingredients are pretty simple. There's nothing too complex. You'll need some powdered sugar, yellow cake mix, brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, apple cider, as well as applesauce. And then I have a cinnamon sugar combo. It's already mixed, or you can have cinnamon and sugar separate and you can combine them yourself. And then you'll also need some melted butter for the icing at the end. And then the utensils that you'll need to make the cake include a bundt pan, some mixing bowls, measuring cups, as well as a spatula or spoons for mixing. Alright, so here we go, making the apple cider donut cake. First thing you want to do is set your oven to 350 to start preheating the oven, because combining the ingredients won't take too long. I've already actually measured out some things, but I'll tell you what the measurements are. So first we're going to combine a cup of apple cider, and then half a cup of apple sauce. Do that. Add a 1/4 cup of water, and then you can add in your yellow cake mix. So we'll do that there. Off that. And then you're going to need 3 eggs, so you'll go ahead and add those to the bowl as well. You can choose your method however you crack your eggs. We'll add 3 of those. Alright, so once we've added 3 of those, we can actually start combining, mixing it up. Alright, so we'll mix all that together. And if you have a electric mixer, you can use that as well. It doesn't have to be done by hand. So you'll get that stirred up. And then you want it all combined, so you don't want to see anything separate. You don't want to still see the cake mix powder or any of that. So you'll get that all combined here. Alright. So that's looking good. Now what we'll add is the brown sugar and the vanilla to the cake mix as well. Alright, so once your mixture looks like this, everything's combined, then you're pretty much ready to put the batter into the bundt pan. Alright, so we got our batter into the bundt pan. I did, however, grease the bundt pan before adding the batter just to prevent any sticking of the cake after it has been baked, so I recommend you would do that as well. But other than that, you're good to set it in the oven on the center rack at 45 minutes, and again that's at 350 degrees. Alright, so our timer went off, and the thing you want to do to check to make sure the cake is done is stick a toothpick down in, and if it comes out clean, then you know that the cake is fully baked. Otherwise, leave it in there for about 2 minutes more, and then test it again. So once you pull it out from the oven, you want to let it sit for about 20 minutes to cool down. Once it's cooled down, you can use, I used a cake tray or any sort of tray to flip it over, and then the cake should come right out of the bundt pan. So now what we want to do is use our melted butter, and I have a little basting utensil, but you can use a spoon as well, and spread that around the actual cake, because this will act as our sticking agent for our cinnamon and sugar mixture. So go ahead and spread the butter around, and then once the butter is spread, then you can put on the cinnamon and sugar, sprinkle that on. Alright, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but what you want to do is make sure you get all the way around the cake, make sure you get down the sides as well as in the center here, to cover that all with the butter. So once you got the whole thing covered in the butter, you can go ahead and add your cinnamon and sugar. Alright, so once you got all the cinnamon and sugar on the cake that you desire, you can go ahead and start making the glaze, which I've already mixed up, but I used about 2 cups of powdered sugar or confectionery sugar, and then a splash of this apple cider. Mix that up, make sure you get all the powdered sugar to dissolve, and then you can pour that over top of the cake. You don't want it too runny, so when you pour it, it goes all over the place. But once you do that, you can go ahead and put it in the fridge. I would say at least an hour before serving to your guest. Alright everyone, so this is the finished product. If you want, you can take a damp paper towel to go around the outside to clean up some of the runoff glaze. But in the end, it's just the dessert that matters. So I hope you enjoyed it if you made it. And I look forward to seeing you in the future, because with Halloween coming up, I definitely plan on doing more videos related around Halloween desserts. Alright, we'll see you then.